Hello everyone, my name is Ira Gamboa. Today I would like to talk to you about economics and fuel prices. I have 20 years experience in global leadership, capacity leading diversity teams and professionals to new level of success in highly competitive industries, cutting edge markets and fast-paced environments. My introduction. How did the fuel prices change the trucking landscape? The trucking industry declined drastically due to the fluctuating diesel fuel prices that affect the growth of capitalism in this industry. Now, how did some trucker business owners survive and adapt to this continuous change for the worst? How did years of challenges in the trucking industry change the supply chain logistic industry as a whole? The answer is survival of the fittest. Our agenda. Number one, understanding economics and capitalism. Number two, identifying what diesel fuel is and its uses. Number three, learning how the fluctuating diesel fuel price rattled the trucking industry. Number four, adjusting and learning how to survive in this ever-changing supply chain, transportation, and logistic industry. Let's talk about our problem statement. How did the high fuel prices change the trucking landscape? The challenges we face due to high fuel prices changed the trucking landscape. However, the fluctuation started 2008, again 2011, and continued 2013. Now you ask, what is capitalism? Capitalism is a political and economic system in which private individual and business owners own the capital goods and not the state. Capitalism is based on ownership of goods, items, businesses, and properties. What about economics? Capitalism is an economic system. The market is a subsystem of our financial system of capitalism. The market function is how we meet the wants and needs of society. The market system function is how we earn a living and exchange goods. The market system is how we live and progress as a society. Diesel fuel, according to EIA or US Energy Information Administration, is the common term for distillate fuel oil. Most freight and delivery trucks, trains, buses, boats, and more have diesel engine. Here, EIA or US Energy Information Administration showed us what we pay for per gallon on on-highway diesel fuel. 2008 is the first time the price of crude oil reached $100. The graph in the chart from EIA shows the fluctuation in 2008, 2011, and 2013. On my assignment 5.1 assignment, we saw the high fuel cost as a big problem faced by the trucking industry. It represented the biggest operational expenses. This challenge forced a huge number of trucking companies to get out of this industry, but not Clifford Peterson. Clifford Peterson is a full-time driver, owner, and writer with over 20 years experience in the trucking industry. On the SWOT analysis, we looked at Clifford Peterson's 4 best ways to save fuel and analyzed the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threat, or SWOT analysis. Here you can see that by reducing your speed and using the cruise control, a company can save $18,200 per year. By reducing unnecessary idling, the company can save $4,095 a year. By improving vehicle maintenance, vehicle property maintain less friction and saves fuel. It prolongs the use of your vehicle. By planning your trip, you save $34,000 a year. Let's revisit the 4 best ways to save fuel. Reduce your speed. By driving slower, you can significantly limit the fuel expenses. Keeping your RPM lower at cruise speed can help with fuel consumption. According to the Department of Energy, every 5 mph over 50 will cost you an extra 19 cents per gallon. That means if your current MPG is 6 mpg at an average cost of 3.25 a gallon, your cost is 0.54 a mile. However, if you can reduce the speed to 5 and improve your MPG to 8, your average costs per mile is now 0.40. If your yearly average is 130 miles, you could potentially save 18,200. And that can add to your bottom line by the end of the year. That could break down to almost 8 truck payments a year, depending on your payment plan. Now, reducing unnecessary idling. Another way that you can reduce your fuel consumption is by reducing your idle time. It is estimated that idling your truck can burn a gallon of fuel per hour. In other words, idling your truck during a 10-hour break can cost you at least 10 gallons of fuel a day, or at the cost of 3.25 a gallon or 32.50 a day. One way you can reduce the idle time is by buying an APU or auxiliary power unit when you purchase your truck. By doing so, you may reduce your fuel consumption to 1 gallon a day at a savings of 29 a day. It means if you are on the road 140 days a year, you can save 4,095 annually. Now let's talk about improving your vehicle maintenance that saves fuel and long-term use of your truck. By performing a required pre- and post-trip inspection, the driver may often find defects that could lead to excessive costs in fuel and repairs. You can reduce this and improve handling by simply maintaining proper tire inflation. In fact, when you spec your truck, research tires with the best rolling resistance for your operation. The less rolling resistance, the better fuel mileage you'll get. Here are more ways to safeguard proper lubrication of your engine. Regularly replace fuel filters. Regularly replace oil filters. Know your oil change intervals. Safeguard proper lubrication for your engine. The last one is plan your trips. No amount of planning can overcome everything. However, proper trip planning can help you avoid wrong turns, congestions, and excessive miles. This in turn save you extra fuel, time, and possible repair. According to ATRI, or American Transportation Research Institute, the average cost for congestion per truck averaging 150,000 miles per year is about 34,000 a year. Now that's a lot of savings. Here you can see the price of crude oil went down in 2015, but then went back up again after that. It went down in 2020 and is now 81.05 per barrel as we speak. Now, in conclusion, always ready to expect the unexpected because it is now a norm. Changing priorities depending on the situation at hand is a necessity. Your flexibility to modify or adjust your roles, even helping other departments as per operational needs, is expected from everyone in the team. Continuous improvement is of utmost importance, and willingness to train for whatever needed to survive. Through history, though history is known to repeat itself, the economy evolves and is almost unrecognizable. Thus, agility or the ability to move quickly and easily becomes a big part of the ever-changing supply chain and logistic industry. Please see the reference lists shown here. Thank you everyone for being such a gracious audience. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and a Happy New Year to all. And welcome 2022. You have a question? We have answers.